Good morning, everyone. It's now the day after Thanksgiving here in the United States, and I thought I would take a minute to talk about how that can impact some of us, especially with how much we've talked about holiday struggles and all of the other things surrounding it. So I'm starting to see all of the posts, people shopping, people who made great choices, people who didn't make good choices, and there's just a ton going on. And if you didn't make good choices, and I use that word with some hesitation because I don't feel that they're good or bad, and I think that that's almost a problematic way to talk about food. But if you made choices that weren't compatible with your current health path, let's just say it that way, maybe today you're not feeling so good. And those are the people that I want to talk to first, because what I do see a lot of is people getting very down on themselves or expressing regret or really pushing their boundaries on giving themselves some positivity. And I just, to you, if you're feeling down about the choices you made, give yourself a break. It was one day, it was a holiday, it was special, you did your best, and those choices are not bad. They're not something you get punished for. Give yourself a break, take a breath, and today you start with making different choices. You choose what's compatible with your health plan and with what your goals are. And what happened yesterday is done, whether it was super amazing, perfect, or not so perfect. And remember that food is not a punishment. Punishing yourself emotionally or even physically because of what you ate is a problematic behavior, and you want to start working with yourself to change that a bit. And by the same token, that means, so like, maybe you made choices that have made you not feel so great today, or maybe you have regrets. Put those aside, and today the answer is not to rubber band the other way. If you like jump full load off into the abyss, and now today you've got it in your head, how do I get back? The road back, make it a short one, not a I'm leaping across the abyss into the other extreme. You don't have to jump into a 72-hour fast because you ate differently yesterday. You don't need to exercise and do like 6 workouts today because of your choices yesterday. Instead, you want to give yourself a moment to take a deep breath. Like I always talk about, give yourself some grace. Center yourself, and now today you just focus on the choices you need to make. So, but again, we can talk about why that might be a challenge. And here's your geek time. So, why is that a challenge? Maybe yesterday you did things that were outside your comfort zone. Maybe you laid around on the couch for 6 hours, and then you didn't do anything but watch sports on TV and eat a bunch of food, and now today you don't feel that great. Maybe you had trouble sleeping last night, now today you're grouchy, maybe now your energy is even lower. All of those things happen for a reason. And we've talked about these a little bit before in relation to other subjects, but we've talked about like that whole happiness band tour I'm so fond of, your neurotransmitter cycles. So when you make a drastic change, whether that would be a change in physical activity, a change in your mental stimulus, or a change in your food patterns, all of those things start impacting that neurotransmitter cycle. It causes fluctuations in your hormones. It causes a change to the release in your serotonin cycle. All of those things come together, and maybe just having even just like a whole crowd of family around you when you've been basically working in your office for a couple months and not really seeing people. What goes up must come down, and so here we are today. and you have to do some extra steps to kind of bring that back in line. So, what are some things that you can do to help get back on track? Make sure that today you do your best to get some good rest and recovery. Make sure that tonight you do everything you're supposed to do so you can get a good night's sleep. Properly hydrate, including making sure you get some extra electrolytes. Take a step outside. That's actually sometimes the hardest one, especially like I'm not a winter person. It makes me cranky, and it impacts my rheumatoid arthritis and my Raynaud's syndrome pretty hardcore when the weather gets bad and it's snowing. So I really don't want to go outside, but just stepping out for a few minutes on my porch today, I took my little dog out, I put him on his lead, I brought my cup of coffee, and I went outside, and that helped. It helps just a little bit. Is it a fix-all for everything? Of course not. And if you have long-term issues that require medical intervention, this is not a cure-all or saying to go outside and you'll be magically better. That's not the way it works. But is it a little step you can take to help improve your health in general? Yeah, it's a small step. So you can also do some supplementation today. Make sure that you add in your B vitamins, especially B6, B12, and B3. Also, vitamin D and your calcium, magnesium. And I know that you get magnesium with your electrolytes, but that CalMag is super important, and especially paired with your vitamin D. This is like a really weird thing that one of my doctors told me. If you live in the Midwest, which I do, and I know quite a few people also who live here in Ohio and also in Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, Kentucky. We don't get a lot of sunshine in the winter, and actually we don't even get a lot of sunshine in the summer. It's a lot of gray days, and something like the last time they did a poll of the medical labs and results, they found out that actually in our general region, something like 85% of the populace is vitamin D deficient. 85% is tremendous, so don't hesitate to supplement that, because it is actually a crucial nutrient to take care and to help with your overall well-being. So, and yes, since I'm down here in my studio, I'm enjoying a fabulous cup of coffee, as per se, usual. So, you might be wondering, why does all this stuff happen just because I decided to eat 4 pieces of cake yesterday when I've been keto for 3 years? Surely I don't have to be so rigid that I can never have a day. And the answer is, of course not. But it does do all of those things where it impacts, and you have symptoms from just from changing that input to your body. The other thing is that maybe today, because you made different choices yesterday, if you're vegan and you suddenly decided, you know what, I can't take it, I'm having that turkey, your stomach probably hurts real bad today. Just like the same thing, if you're keto and you ate 4 slices of cake yesterday, you're not feeling so great today. And so today, though, you might be wanting more of those very same things that actually are making you not feel good. And it's really weird the way our bodies do that. It goes into that mode where I don't feel good, so let's have more of that same stuff that made me not feel good. And it's sort of like, almost like alcoholics when they have a drink and they need that, we call it functional alcoholism, where they have to have the alcohol just to sort of maintain their status quo. Your body kind of gets that if you've got an insulin issues or food addiction or any number of symptoms that all tie into that metabolic cycle. So you're having those cravings today, and unfortunately We don't have great solutions for it. You kind of have to muscle through it. But some things you can do is remind yourself, hey, I'm having a rough moment and I want this, but I know that it's feeding into the cycle of me not feeling well. So remind yourself that some of the reasons that's happening is because you've lowered your fat intake by eating more carbohydrates. The higher glycemic has caused spiking of your insulin levels, and those things contribute to that. So maybe today you're going to lower that carbohydrate intake back down and raise up your fat intake. Yes, I know we've been talking a lot about protein, 1-to-1, etc., but in the case of going back and resetting your ketogenesis cycle, fat is key. Fat is what your brain needs, which helps feed that whole neurotransmission cycle. So that is where I'm going with the today and maybe tomorrow, increase your fat and then work your way back to your status quo. So those are the big tips I had today. But the other thing I want to just remind you what I said at the beginning. Don't punish yourself for choices you made yesterday, because they're done and over, and today is your new day. In the grand scheme of things, the choice you made for one day is not the catalyst to make unhealthy choices day after day after day. You have every bit of room to enjoy yourself, or to make a different choice, or to have a little fun for one day, even 10 days out of the year. There's 365 days in the year. Take a deep breath. You can do it. And a little fun now and then is not the end of it all. You've got this. You showed up. You're actually watching this video and listening to me ramble all morning, so you got it. You are in a good spot, and you are cherished, you are thought about, and you are not deserving of any sort of punishment. So go you, and I hope that you had an amazing day yesterday and that your day is amazing today as well. If you are a shopping person, a reminder that I do have a couple little links up on the radicalgeek.org website for a little bit of shopping. And I know that Too Crazy Keto, Serious Keto, and a couple other influencers have published videos with larger discounts to major ketogenic retailers, as well as other fun things that they have found on sale. So enjoy your retail. Other than that, I'm just looking forward to my weekend and having a couple extra days off. So I will talk to you guys again on our Sunday Live, where we will be talking about the mocha pot. And make sure that you help me out by clicking the subscribe and save. Hit the little bell icon so you're notified when videos are uploaded and when we go live. And feel free to share out the channel so that we have some channel growth. That would be amazing. And in the meantime, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.